When it is 12, you know it is time for the touchline. Good morning and welcome. Good afternoon and welcome to Y254. It is time we go ahead and dwell with everything that has been happening in the world of sport for the entire week and what is coming up. Many decisions have been made this week. We'll be talking about them in a little while, but don't remember, it is a weekend where there's the Prince Louis 7, you've got the Concours de Lagons happening, the Berlin Marathon coming up. I'm Robert Osoro. Welcome to the touchline.
Of course, my name is Maxwell Wasika, and it's time for Touchline. We keep you posted with the latest in sports from 12 to 2. And remember, you can be part of the program. Just join us on our social media handles and interact with us at Wasika Maxwell, at Osoro Bats, at Touchline Y254, and keep your submissions coming through. Of course, a great afternoon. It is an eventful weekend in terms of sporting activities. Concours de Lagons lined up today, tomorrow at the Ngong Racecourse. I'm so passionate and mesmerized with it. That's why I'm saying it's today. It's tomorrow at the Ngong Racecourse. And remember, the Prince Louis Sevens happening this particular weekend at the Nakuru Athletic Club. Third leg of the National Sevens circuit underway with several of the National Sevens players featuring for their club. So it's gonna be epic and it promises to be fireworks. And remember, Berlin Marathon tomorrow. Very fantastic event it wanna be, and you remember Eliud Kipchoge wanna be participating alongside Kenenisa Bekele in what promises to be a third three-horse race alongside, you know, Wilson Kipsang, former world record holder.
That's where we start our sports pages from. We got the Berlin Marathon happening tomorrow, and we have got a triple of world records going for it. As you have said, Eliud Kipchoge, Wilson Kipsang, Bekele, the reigning champion of the Berlin Marathon, and also Kimetu Patrick Macau, the 2007 world champion, will be there. Do you think it's our race?
It's our race. Of course, Eliud Kipchoge, speaking to members of the press last night, he promises to break a world record, saying that his personal best is better than world record, and you know, he's been tipped by the pundits to emerge victorious and clinch the title in what promises to be a pulsating clash and hotly contested battle, considering that the Ethiopians have been exceptionally performing very well in this particular race. But you know, I think it's gonna be, you know, a good event for Kenyans taking part. Patrick Macau, former marathon champion, alongside Wilson Kipsang, former world record holder. Probably they want to be setting pace for Eliud Kipchoge, who looks like he's in good shape to win it tomorrow at the Berlin.
It's a good one because now Kenenisa Bekele is the reigning champion in the Berlin Marathon. We've got 4 Kenyans in that race. We hope that teamwork is going to give us that trophy. And for Kipchoge, just a word to know, in the 8 marathon he has been in, he has won 7 of them. So this one might be the marathon where he goes all out and gives us a gold medal in that one. But we are also on a good note. We got to talk about our ladies who were in the COSAFA Championship, bundled out at the semi-finals after losing 4-0 to Zimbabwe.
Considering they started on a high, of course, thrashing Mozambique 5-0, then demolishing Mauritius by 11-0 in what was
Mozambique was
a one-sided affair. And of course, you know, during their next game, which was ceremonial, of course, after having qualified to the semi-finals, then being beaten by the host, which was a big surprise. And you know, Zimbabweans pulled an upset that not many people expected, and people are looking forward probably to Kenyans taking on South Africa in the final, something that is not coming to pass. Remember, they want to be playing this afternoon against Zambia at 2 p.m. East African time to get a third-placed finish, a curtain raiser for tomorrow's finale, pitting Zimbabweans against South Africa in what promises to be also another eye-catching fixture. And you know, our ladies have been doing exceptionally well despite being bundled out of the showpiece. It's been good for them, and they have raised the Kenyan flag high.
Yeah, considering that we were against him in the COSAFA Championship. We are not in the COSAFA region, so for us, Kenya being invited to such a championship was good for them. And losing a semi-final to a team that has gone for the Olympics, Zimbabwe, not an easy task. Richard Kanyi back to the training ground and let the Starlets go on shining the way they do it. Away from that, the ladies have done us proud. Now it is the 3rd event of the series in the Kenya rugby calendar as the 7th series goes on, and it is the Prince Louis Sevens happening in Nakuru today. One match has already been played so far, and Kenya Harlequins,
aka Wanyore, the host, taking on Impala Saracens, who are the defending champions of the Driftwood Sevens, the second leg of the National Sevens circuit, after, you know, that game ending 14-10 in favor of the hosts, Nakuru RFC. And remember, talking about Nakuru RFC, they have, you know, invited back some of the players players who feature for the national sevens team. Oscar Uma is now featuring for them, and it promises to be fireworks. Remember also one player who features for KCB, the captain, and is the captain of the national sevens team, Andrew Amonde, is featuring for his team KCB, and Dan Sikuta also featuring for Cabras Rugby Football Club.
Let me ask you,
16 runners-up of Kenya Cup.
There are many sevens players who have come for the Prince Lu Sevens today. We've got, like, the Cabra side, I've got Brian Tanga, Dan Sikuta, Felix Ayange, and Johnston Mungao. Cabras was finalists in the Kenya Cup. Do you say this might be their chance for the Prince Lu?
Of course, this might be their chance. They have not been performing very well during this campaign, and speaking to their coach this morning, he promised, you know, to defy all odds despite not having been written off and not being tipped as favorites, probably to clean the competition at Nakuru by the Pandits. He says he wanna, you know, pull a surprise, considering that he's welcomed several players featuring for the national sevens team.
Yeah,
and then players wanna prove a point so that probably Vincent Simiyu, the tactician of the national sevens team, can call them during the national assignments. And remember, you know what it means, how prestigious is it featuring for your national team.
And considering that the circuit right now is mostly like a warm-up for the Kenya Cup and the Dubai, the circuit itself, the Sevens World Series itself, because now you're doing this one in September, you've got the Safari Sevens coming up in November, then you've got the Dubai starting right after that. It's a very good warm-up for them. Amonde coming back for the KCB, and also KCB has named 2 debutants coming in from the Under-20 International. They also have a very strong side for the Prince Lu Sevens.
They have quite a nice squad for the Prince Lu Sevens, and Coach Curtis Ililako has been investing in the upcoming talents, trying to put in place proper structures and measures to ensure that when the likes of Andrew Amonde, the captain for both national team and KCB, retire from, you know, active rugby sport, there is some, you know, replacements to fill the positions left by the players, and I think that is something that supposed to be emulated by other tacticians of other players. You know, you have to blend to gel both youth and experience if you have to perform and, you know, deliver at the big stage, like at the Nakuru Athletic Club. It's happening this afternoon. You want to be heading there?
All roads will be heading to Nakuru. I will not be there. Sorry for that. I will tell you why in a short while.
Why you coy about discussing about the performance of your team and your expectations?
No, I haven't watched their game today.
Of Mean Machine, of course, is an ardent support of Mean Machine, University of Nairobi sides which got relegated from Kenya Cup.
Come on, we forgot that conversation.
At the Prince Lu Sevens this particular afternoon. Of course, Western Bulls. I'm a proud supporter of Western Bulls. Not doing well though, but still rallying my support.
So we are still in the same category.
My back for them this particular afternoon. Remember, Homeboys, Joshua Chisanga is also playing for Homeboys. Newcastle Falcons back row also featuring for Homeboys, and Paul Murunga, of course, they are the title holders and defending champions of the series as far as 2016 is concerned. So I think it's a team to watch.
So we have got Homeboys with Chisanga, we've got KCB with Amonde, we've got Brian Tanga for Cabras. It is going to be one classic one. So Pool A has Impala, Saracen, Nondis, Nakuru, and Black Blood. Pool B has Oilers, Queens, Mwamba, and Bulls. Then Pool C, Strathmore, Homeboys, Mean Machine, Mombasa FC, Pool D, Cabras, KCB, Catholic Mock, and MKU of Thika. Who's going to win this one? It's out there for everyone to judge. But then again, now, the reason why I will not be at the Prince Lu Sevens, I'll be at the Concours de Lagons. The classic
for tomorrow, the classiest event on the Kenya Motorsport calendar, of course, 47th edition it is. And remember, last weekend it was an epic show, bringing the drivers who had just confirmed participation during the event, and the organizers telling us about what the event is expected to look like tomorrow at the Ngong Racecourse. Remember, all roads lead to Ngong Racecourse tomorrow, and the gates open at around 9 a.m. East African time.
Yeah, it's going to be a great event, and some of the machines that you'll be seeing at the Concours de Lagons are like a 1929 New Henley motorcycle is going to be a 1935 Sunbeam machine will be in that machine. A 1960 Velocity Viper is going to be there. I've never seen that one. Look at that parade. That's how it will be tomorrow at the Concours de Lagons for the motorcycle. For the car entries, look at that. You'll be seeing cars from 1930s. We've got a 1911 Ford that was used by General Smuch back in pre-World War One.
And considering that your passion and love for cars is quite unmatched, I know you want to be heading there with yours as well. Probably you'll have confirmed participation so that...
Mine is not ready yet.
I know. In as much as you would have flopped during the event, but it's better you try.
Yeah, I'll try in
or next year during the upcoming edition in 2018, you want to take part?
No. It's not yet ready. It will take me some time for restoration for it to be ready for the Concours d'Elegance.
Yeah.
And when you get there, look at those machines. You want to get there when they are really, you are up for the game.
Of course, it's a big event lined up tomorrow. And remember, it's not punky as it's called. So everyone, as long as you have tickets, which can be acquired online and alternatively at the gate, you can head there and, you know, spectate and cheer your favorite drivers taking on the rest of the world. Remember, several entries confirmed from Uganda, our neighbors, and South Africa also. 30 entries having confirmed participation.
We've got Ronald Walusimbi, who won the Uganda Concours d'Elegance, bringing it with his 1968 Beetle Volkswagen. We've got Stephen Warui, a Kenyan, who has also got a 1968 Volkswagen Combi. We've got Gujan, who is having an Alfa Romeo pre-1978. So it's a classic event for classic cars.
Classic event for classic cars. That's what Robert Osoro is saying. Of course, my name is Maxwell Wasike. It's Robert Osoro, and we keep it cool and easy on the touchline. 254 every Saturday. Of course, your afternoon will never be boring and dull if you're staying tuned to this particular platform. And, you know, keep your submissions coming. Interact with us on our social media handles. And we'll also have our WhatsApp messaging line 0700345457. You can keep your feedback coming through, and you want to be sampling them during the show as it progresses. And remember, on social media platforms at Wasike Maxwell, that's my personal Twitter handle, at Osoroberts, at Touchline Y254, and Facebook page, The Touchline.
Hashtag Touchline Y254. So, we are in football again, and Harambee Stars named a team to play Iraq and Thailand in the friendlies. We'll be discussing that. And most of the players have come in, like Eric Marcelo has been recalled into this time. Michael Lunga has been called to this side, but Wanyama will not be on the side because of injury struggles with Tottenham Hotspur.
Of course, it's a squad that was named yesterday by head coach Stanley Okumbi, of course, after conspicuously missing during the previous squad having been named, and, you know, eliciting mixed reactions, especially from social media platform passionate football followers, you know, over the missing of former Gor Mahia left back Eric Marcelo, who's now been included in the squad, and Victor Mugubi Wanyama, the captain of the national team and Tottenham Hotspur's midfield linchpin, missing in action. I don't know whether it's gonna be a blow, but according to Stanley Okumbi, says it's injury concerns, which is ruled them out against the clash lined up, of course, beating Kenya against Iraq.
Yes, so these matches will be on October 5th and October 8th, 2017. And we'll be having two assignments against Iraq and Thailand national team. So Harambee Stars will be going there because they are preparing for CHAN in 2018 and also for the qualifiers of AFCON 2019.
I don't know, what do you make of the teams Stanley Okumbi's charges are said to play against? Forces to reckon with or Minos? As they prepare, of course, probably qualifying to 2022 World Cup. Remember when Nick Mwendwa, Football Kenya Federation president, was campaigning, he was insisting that his key priorities as he get into the office is youth structures, probably, which will lead the national team making it to 2022 World Cup in Qatar. What do you think about the friendlies Kenya is playing against currently?
We'll not take it away from the federation and the coach, because now they have played very many friendlies because they are not like in the World Cup qualifiers, and they are trying to get a team because we are hoping today afternoon we might be confirmed for CHAN 2018, and so it is good preparation for the teams like Iraq and Thailand. Iraq does very well in the Asian Cup.
Yes.
So it's good to try yourself with those teams, because even Syria was a good in the World Cup qualifiers. They have a chance to get into the World Cup. So don't take it away from them.
And of course, when also Robert is talking about the CHAN, it's African Nations Championship tournament, they are marked for early next year, starting on 12th of January, 3-week tournament it is. And remember, at Accra in Ghana, this particular evening during Confederation of African Football Special Committee meeting, Kenya is likely to be named the host of the competition, and in case of otherwise, probably it can be attributed to the lack of equipped facilities and stadiums which are not in good shape to host the tourney. And remember, of course, this is the segment that we want to be dissecting on further In a few minutes from now, Daniel Wahome and alongside David Kwalimwa, the award-winning journalists, solid sports journalists, will just be joining us shortly to keep us posted with what they think, and especially the court ruling nullifying 18 league formation. And it's something that, you know,
it's a big conversation. It's a big conversation that we'll be having here in studio, because now the the Kenya locals are the ones who have decided this case. FIFA doesn't like that. It's supposed to be done by the Sports Disputes Tribunal. So it is something we'll be talking about. And because of that, the Kenya Premier League went ahead to suspend Nakumatt Football Club and Zoo Kericho Football Club. So it is going to be many things that will be in our segment coming up. But don't forget, today, exclusively, we had a chance to catch up with the 1990 German World Cup winning captain Matthias Lothar, who was in town courtesy of the Bundesliga legends, and talking to the kids on what it takes to be a World Cup winner and youth systems in Kenya. That one will be a little later in the program. But for now, let's hear what Ambrose Rachel had to say, considering what is happening at the Kenya Premier League and football at large here in the country.